Hi everyone, welcome to another analysis episode, and this incident happened in the UK and in particular in Exeter near Newcourt train station. It actually started on Admiral Way and continued on Omaha Drive. Let's have a look at it. My viewer was coming to the end of a 50-mile leisure ride. He's not far away from his home. What I'll do, I'll let you have a look at the clip and then we'll do some bits on it after. That's not very good from the driver of the black car. Let's delve a little more and find out exactly what caused the problems. This was the first opportunity that the driver of the black car had to see our cyclist, but it was only a very quick, fleeting glance. It's likely that our cyclist was missed at this particular point. However, he should be easily visible at this point, and for quite a while also. This leads me to believe that he was seen, but the black car pulled out anyway. That's a poor emerge in anyone's book, especially with all the problems that were to the black car driver's right hand side. You shouldn't cause anyone to have to slow down, stop, swerve or swear. That's how I see it, and the black car didn't do that well. But our camera did say that she was aware of him, but she didn't seem to care and just drove off. But I'm not so sure. I think possibly she was a little scared, because you can hear our viewer shouting over. Was he beckoning her to pull in so he could reprimand? Perhaps. My viewer did say a light collision happened with the back of the car and his handlebar, and he hit the back of the car with his hand also. As I've said many times before, us motorists have to look out for cyclists a lot more, especially when we're emerging at junctions, because that's where they're most likely to be and cause conflict with us. So we've got to look out for them and keep them safe. But it wasn't just the motorist who caused a couple of the problems with this clip. As always, let's have a little look at all parties, and this time we're going to have a little look what the cyclist maybe could have done differently. I do have a few concerns about the cyclist's speed. Not that he's breaking the speed limit, he's doing a little over 20 miles an hour, which is a good rate of knots. But this situation, for example, if that Nissan Duke had have pulled out, could our cyclist have slowed in time? Now I know priority was with our cyclist, however, you still have to have that ability to slow or stop. He doesn't seem to be adjusting his speed to suit the risk, and this is a trait we see often in poor motorists. So we can see our problem vehicle on the right hand side. Well, my viewer mentioned to me in his email that he uses lights front and back so he's visible. So he's obviously aware of the common problem that motorists often don't look thoroughly enough. Well, if that's the case, Why aren't you reducing your speed now, especially when the black car moves? It's irrelevant whether you've got priority or not. Good road users can fix other poor road users' mistakes, and this is what our cyclist didn't do. You literally did not slow soon or hard enough. And now you're going to try and chase them down. There are a couple of other things I'd just like to mention, and it involves this car reversing out from the junction on the left. This made the situation loads worse and more dangerous for everyone. The driver of the black car obviously didn't spot it because they've emerged and are having to go on the brake straight away. But also it affected our cyclist. They now have less options. Because they're travelling too fast to be able to stop comfortably, they've got to swerve, which actually puts them in closer contact to the black car. And if I run the clip frame by frame, you can actually see our cyclist's hand in the top right corner actually touching the vehicle. Now, I can understand fully if our cyclist did want the motorist pull over because he'd thought that there was a collision, but in a situation like this, if there's no damage or if there's no injury, there's no reason to swap details or anything like that. So if he was waving his hands, I think I could hear a couple of swear words in there as well. I can understand that the motorist was probably a little bit fearful, and that could be the reason why they drove off. But they do need to take a lot more care, as all us motorists do, of cyclists and motorcyclists as well. So we often forget motorcyclists, but they're also very difficult to see, and it's another reason why we need to take a lot more care when we're emerging. But the cyclist did add to this problem. As with most of these clips that I get sent, it's very rarely just one party that's the blame, and quite often the camera, if you like, thinks that they've been wronged, and they send it to me expecting it just to be a one-sided affair. I don't think this guy has sent it in like that, though. I do think he's been very fair, very reasonable. He asked my opinion, he was interested in what I had to say, and that's it really. There's always two parties. There's always more that we all can do to stop these incidents from happening. Cyclists are very vulnerable, and they're more likely to get injured when there's an incident involving a car. But if that's the case, I don't get why some cyclists actually increase the risk by going into that problem even more. So if that's how you drive or ride, try and back off. Try and make these incidents a non-event. Keep safe. I hope to see you soon.